Hi, traders. Weekly kickoff for my traders. As we step into the new trading week, I displayed fresh start from me across all my social platforms. All right, and it won't be like as of last week. Some of them will be mostly high probability trade. All right, so I'll be updating you guys across my social platform: Telegram, Twitter, Facebook, mostly these three platforms. All right. Then I'll also keep updating if those trade, if I take it, I'll also update it on my Instagram. So let's kick off for the day. Here we have good. And we saw last week market was bullish. All right. Since market was bullish, earlier on, I expected this short-term sell around here or possibly around here, but it didn't happen. Just continued dropping from here. After that, continue buying. So I didn't have opportunity to join the buy around this level. So, but this week I'll be monitoring good closely. All right. So now here we have market broke structured upside on weekly time frame, which you can see on this weekly time frame right here. On this H4, after market broke this structure, the next thing we expect of price is for market to trade into this imbalance. All right. So if market take out this high on Monday, which is tomorrow, then we look for market to what, at least if it engulf this high with enough strength, right, on 1 hour time frame or on this H4. Okay, if it engulf this high, then we expect what continuation of what bullish expansion for tomorrow. If we also have engulfing on Tuesday, the same thing, the upside. But if we have rejection, then we seek for short-term downtrend to this level before a buy program. Now the buy can happen at two places, that from this imbalance or trade into the support level, but we need what confirmation. We are not just trading based on point of interest alone. All right. We also need what confirmation. So as market trading to this level, this imbalance or this, give us a confirmation. Which if market do that, I will update it in the channel. Then we look forward a buy program for the week. All right. So that means we have about 3 things to expect for the week. The first, if market give us what continuation to the upside, which is engulfing on 1 hour or 4 hour time frame. We look for more bullish expansion to the upside. But if not, then we can seek for market to come and grab this liquidity and trade into this imbalance or to trade lower at this level before buy program. Now, the reason for this is because since USA is not stable with their tariff and all, that is already weakening the dollar even more because people are losing interest in the dollar, and that will hit dollar harder. That means people will be now buying gold as what is safe haven. All right. So that is that on gold. Now we look at another pair on AUDJPY. Before we go into the code report, look at this. Now this is what Friday high. The market gave this Friday high, give it retracement. So the next thing we expect on gold, on AUDJPY is what tomorrow. If market open, then we have a consolidation, maybe based around here. Then we'll have a break of structure on 1 hour time frame align with what our bullish expansion within probably this imbalance right here or at this particular level because market has touched this support level right here. Okay, so if market do that, then we seek for what higher prices outside or to trade lower, then trade what probably what on Tuesday or on Wednesday to create the high of the week before we have what some retracement. Now the reason why I'm expecting some retracement is because market has what trended as of last week, last 2 weeks and last week. So that will what help price to what at least give a little short-term retracement before we continue the buy program again. Now that is my view on AUDJPY. Now we also move to another pair, which is GBP USD. Now, as of last week, I was expecting this bearish, and the reason why I was expecting that bearish is because of the tariff. All right, I was expecting market to sell from here. Now, but this market has now broken this high. There's what more chances that market would target this high and this high. This is what Friday's high. All right, since market will likely target this Friday high, the next thing we expect of price is for market to make a higher high on this GBP USD. So the first thing is before making that higher high, the first target is this Friday high. All right. So after that target, if market trade into this resistance level right here, it gives us a reason to sell, we sell. But if not, then we're not going to sell. That means on Monday, we are looking for two major things: a buy program, and if there's a reversal right here on this H4 or on H1, then we can see for a sell program lower for market to trade a little bit lower for the week before we see other rational buyers. So I will just wait for market to open, then we'll see what market offer. Then I will update you guys across my social platform. Now this pair is bullish, and I took an entry around here on lower time frame. It was discussed yesterday. I sent a short clip, about 5 minutes video on Telegram, but across other social platforms, I cut this clip to 2 minutes or let's say 1 minute and 50 seconds on this AUD trade. All right, so we have a market would continue to the outside. Now, if market open tomorrow and didn't take this high out, all right, which is Friday high, then we look for short-term retracement into this current H4 structure range, not this little one. All right, so this if market can use this, then we look for a buy program tomorrow. All right, if market gives us a retracement into this range, then give us a reason to buy, we buy. But this will be my major range right here. Then we look for a buy program to make a higher high, and if possible, that is what weekly high. That's that on that pair. Same thing on this pair. Now this pair, it has been bullish and it has not created any major structure around this. Yeah, so we look at it in the same way. Now we have what USD card, and this pair has been bearish, all right, for a long period of time now. So we look for more bearish continuation to the downside until market would give us what reason to buy. But looking at it from weekly time frame, now first thing I'm expecting of price is to what induce this low, induce this short-term low right here. So if market induce this low, trade into the support level right here, then I'll look for a short-term retracement in price. All right, a short-term retracement price before we seek for lower lows. All right, that is what I'm expecting in price. The same thing on USD. Market has what made a lower low and it has taken out this low, also this low. So the next thing I expect of price is for market what create more lower lows in price. All right. So here we'll have what last week low, which you can note. Then on H4 time frame, or on H1, let's use H1 first now. This is still the current structure range. So if market would trade lower, we'll look forward. Market would engulf this support level right here. If possible, break this low, then we look for lower low in price. So that is my major view on this pair. If on Friday candle so closed bearish, that will help us not to expect lower lows on Monday. The same thing on USD/JPY. This candle also closed bearish, which will was not to anticipate to trade lower. All right, that is my view for the week. Now, I also have another view on AUDJPY. So market would traded into support level on this daily time frame. It reject this Thursday candle, all right, which will help us now to anticipate what bullish bias. Here we have a break of structure. So tomorrow, if market trade in this little structure range right here, right, if market trade into this little structure range right here, then give us a break of structure for uptrend or a candle reversal, like engulfing or CRT candle, engulfing or a CRT candle that align with what a bullish bias. Then we'll look for a buy program to target this high and this high. Now that is that for my outlook for the week. Let's look at the code report we have for the week. Now on the code report side, so let's start with Australian dollar. So on the Australian dollar, they close what 2,000 sell contract and added 2,000 buy contract. This means buyers now are what coming in the market on Australian dollar. So this is why I'm expecting what AUDJPY also to gain strength. On Canadian dollar, the same thing, close what 1,000 position, short position, and and also close 1,000 long position. But overall, yeah, they are starting to show strength that what Canadian is what gaining more power in the market now for more bearish expansion to the downside. The same thing on Swiss franc. We have what they close about 12,000 short contract. You can see it right here from minus 42 to what minus 80. Overall, this shows that what Swiss francs is what gaining strength over dollar. On euro, the same thing. Euro is gaining more strength. We went from what 51 to what 59. All right, euro is now gaining strength, which is why it's buying currently. And understand this is what last week data, so you are using it to interpret what will likely happen in the upcoming week. So right here now we have what from 4 to 17. So that means GPP is not too strong, neither is it too weak. So that is as of last week. So this week now, since market set to break out from the structure range, it can consolidate a little then before breaking out that major high we saw on GBP USD. So here we have good. We went from what 200, it then they close by a lot of buy contract 58,000. They also close a lot of sell contract 20,000. So which is why you have this. Though gold currently they are shorting gold, but gold is still buying because what of fundamental, right? Gold is still what very much active. So on this pair, we went from what 121 to 147. So this means JPY is also strong. JPY is also strong. At the same time, AUD is also strong. So that is why I have that bullish expansion to the upside on AUD, at least for Monday trade. If it will give us a reason for us to buy that very Monday, then we buy. Then from Tuesday, market can decide to start selling. And if market offers such opportunity, I will update us across my social platforms. So that is all for today's weekly commentary. So good luck and good trading. See you guys, and I wish you a successful week.